Hi, I'm Michael Waido, and this is Module 1, Educational Leadership, Fort Hays State, University Fall 2019. Just a little bit about myself. I was born and raised in northern Colorado. I have two lovely daughters, Lily and Iris. I'm a professional musician along with teaching, and this next year will be my 8th year in the classroom. I'm married to my lovely wife. That's also been 8 years that I've taught. Nah, I mean, been in that relationship. When I'm not teaching, I'm with my family. I really love what Colorado has to offer. So I like to go skiing, biking, hiking, and rooting on our sports teams. My goal as an educator for this class, and my, professional life is just grow as an educator and become better for my students and model that I too am in a place where I need to be lifelong learners. So I work at High Plains STEAM School. It's the newest school in the Thompson School District. Um, it has about 465 kids, which is about 65 over our capacity. So we have quite a large student population. It is a STEAM school, so we get to do a lot of cool hands-on math, engineering, and art kind of stuff. So it's a really progressive school, and I'm really glad that I have got to be a part of it. So my surroundings, I feel like my class is a very warm class. It's south-facing. On my ceiling is all of the flags of places I've been. So Mexico, Canada, Ireland, Germany, France, Russia, Dominican Republic, St. Kitts. Wherever I go, I leave a Colorado flag, and then I bring back a flag and put it on my ceiling. My kids love it. Uh, that's my surroundings. Why do politics influence schools, but not necessarily make school leaders take action based on the policies? Well, the way I looked at it and the way I read it, it's just school leadership is taking on a whole new set of different roles and responsibilities. And the traditional administrative role is you have to do that along with, training your teachers and your staff and creating a climate, building leadership, and improving instruction and dealing with a lot of data. From that perspective, it's not like it's asking student leaders or school leaders to be involved, but in the day-to-day grind of what they're normally doing, it's not on the back burner, it's not on the front burner necessarily per se. So why do standards focus out on income and seemingly split the work and skills of a profession from the knowledge and wisdom of that profession? Well, this, like I said, this has changed, and we are trying to find leaders that um, can do both the work and management, along with being a growing as a leader. So I think it splits the skills, and I think that it really defines it when you look at the professional standards for educational leaders, what the expectations are, and some demand a little bit higher action than than some others. So that's why they try to say explicitly call for leaders to make direct action. The nature and quality of the profession is that what have you done for me lately? And so you've got to be on top of these things and move fast in terms of your decision making skills. I just looked at just why they were asking some of these questions, and I thought, why are school leaders must become kind of a political activist for their students and families? I just read right from the standard on this one, but effective education leaders foster a professional community of teachers and other professional staff to promote each student's academic success and well-being. You have to create a school, and you have to create a climate of learning, and that is supportive, and um, you have to get your stakeholders involved. And so the stakeholders in this instance, in this question, are your families in the community that supports it. This goes along with the staff that you have. If they're not going in the same vision and the same direction, you could be working against yourself if you don't have people helping you. So, like I said, this is my final thought in terms of the questions before I go into my reflection. But the political context of school require leaders who have the political understanding and how to get people to work together for the success of all students to be successful. These kinds of leaders empower others to offer leadership in schools and negotiate educational politics context toward a common goal of success for all students. And I think I said it better than just trying to read it. Yeah, you're trying to get everybody involved to make the best school possible, and your client is your students, and we want our students to be the best. So, in terms of my own personal reflection, I don't have any real personal collection with the direct decision making and policies that I follow. Obviously, I've been to a board meeting. I'm a part of the school leadership, and so there's that in terms of decision making policies. But for the most part, if something is adopted by our district or the state says to do it, then I just make sure I'm doing what they are asking, because that follows in kind of the RANDA, which is our performance Colorado-based standards for teachers, and I work with my principal to go through those. So a lot of that is driven by state politics, practices, and procedures, and what I need to do in order to maintain my position at my school. So what I propose to improve or enhance current educational leadership decisions? I think a good leader, I just basically put down what I think a good leader would do. If I was in this position, I would definitely come up with a vision and plan based off best practices that might be politically driven. I think it's important to build a community that improves family and community partnerships, getting the parents involved in what goes on in the school, and have an all aboard kind of mentality, and making sure that I'm doing that to a culturally responsive community. I'd also empower teachers and build on their skill sets. We all have different skill sets we don't utilize all the time, especially after the TENS week and the first week, when you're just basically being taught at, you have a lot of people in your building that know a lot of stuff about computers or how to write or how to get kids to write or different things. So really just empowering my teachers to be on that skill set. I use data to help drive instruction and what we're doing and what we're doing wrong. And, finding leaders within the building, just like the leadership team, that help share your vision, and everybody has to be role models in terms of lifelong learners and so forth. That's pretty much what I believe in terms of how we can improve school and how we can improve my school. I'm Michael Waido. Thank you very much for spending this time with me, and I look forward to reading your responses. Thank you.